Broadcasting more than 2,000 games live and archived in 15 sports in over 10 counties in western Pennsylvania, as well as being the exclusive home for all the WPIHL playoffs and championships for nearly 2 decades. Anytime, anywhere, always there. We are the MSA Sports Network.
Welcome to coverage of the 2017 PIHL High School Hockey Playoffs here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network. The Penguins Cup Playoffs at MSAsports.net are sponsored by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Carlow University, by J&J Distributing, by the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena, by First Commonwealth Bank, by Progress, by Chatham University, by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League, and by Management Science Associates.
Good evening and welcome to continuing coverage of the 2017 PIHL Penguins Cup Playoffs here on the MSA Sports Network. As tonight from the RMU Island Sports Complex at Neville Island, it is a Class 2A semifinals matchup between the Plum Mustangs and the Hempfield area Spartans. I'm Sean Meyers alongside my broadcast colleague Cory Campano. And Cory, for one of these teams just 51 minutes away from reaching the championship game to be held next Tuesday at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry, the Plum Mustangs come in as the prohibitive favorite, the team that really dominated the AA classification from start to finish this year. They earned the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Hempfield Spartans had an impressive season. Hempfield got the number 3 seed out of the East, courtesy of 21 points, a 10-8-1 mark in 19 games for the Mustangs. It was 16-2-1, good for 33 points, which matched Moon for the tops in the entire classification. On paper, this one should be in favor of the Mustangs, but this Hempfield team has already pulled off one upset as they knocked off Mount Lebanon 5-2 in the last round. The Mustangs had a harder than expected time defeating Shaler, but Plum also advanced courtesy of that same 5-2 score.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it on paper, you say both these teams clearly deserve to be here and where they're at, especially Plum and the type of season that they had. Sean, you and I talking a bit right before we went on. I really don't know how this is going to play out. The 2 times that Plum faced Hempfield in the regular season, it was 9-1 and 5-1 in favor of the Mustangs. Hempfield, it's a different animal in the playoffs. That's why they play the game. It's a totally different game. But Hempfield's really going to have to be top-notch to defeat this Plum team here tonight.
And speaking of those 2 prior regular season tilts, they both came early in the campaign. They were in the 2016 on the calendar. The first one, the 9-1 blowout, that was actually the first game of the season, and the Spartans did not have their regular netminder in that game. But Hempfield has improved over the course of the season. Who's going to be key and what's going to be key for the Spartans to have success here tonight?
Well, I think right off the bat, Hempfield, you look at it, 18 games played and 39 points for Jared Gerger. I think number 61 in blue has to be standout here today. It's a guy that they rely on. They've relied on him all season. He's going to have to step up here tonight. They've got a couple nice forwards to mix in there, Mario Colosi, Christian Gorsak, a couple guys that can really move the puck. But when you're talking about natural goal scorer, Jared Gerger, 27 goals on the season.
And Nolan Faree is going to be between the pipes. He's been pretty solid this season. His goals against in the regular campaign was just a bit over 3. He was a little shy of the .900 save percentage. He's probably going to have one of his best games of the campaign in order to pull off the upset.
Yeah, and really, you're facing a tough Plum offense, too. And as you said, Sean, earlier, and he wasn't around for that time they gave up 9 goals in that first contest, but still they lost 5-1 the next time around. And Plum, I mean, let's just face it, the type of year that they're having and the way that they've been playing all season, they just feel so amped and ready for this. And as you said, really didn't play as well as you'd think last round in order to get here. I expect that to change tonight.
On the other side for the Mustangs, we mentioned it was a slow start against Shaler. They were actually down 1-0, but Plum was able to pull away in the third period, the best period according to head coach Vinny Soma in his second year. He's got terrific talent, high-end point producers, none better than Nolan Puhala. He's arguably the best in the entire classification.
62 points, and that is absolutely a correct stat. 62 points in 17 games played, 39 goals, 23 assists, 9 on the power play, 4 shorthanded. I don't know if it gets much better than that, but there's some other players that can play too for Plum. Dylan Joyce third, and obviously Puhala leading varsity 2A in points. Dylan Joyce third in points with 49. 18 goals, 31 assists for him, and then even another one in the top 10, Anthony Borriello, had 37 points in 16 games, sitting at 9th in all of 2A. So, I mean, it's just a complete team.
And they have some great defenders as well. Ryan Lobig stands out. Mason Proskin, a good one, as is Louis Poprocki. But the man who is really leading the way on the back end in terms of shutting other teams down is the goaltender, Sergio Benitez. When you look at his stats, they are very, very impressive.
Yeah, they're terrific. 15 games played. He's only allowed 25 goals. That's under 2 goals per game in high school hockey. You really don't see that often in the PIHL. 12-1-1, 186 goals against. He's made 290 saves, 921 save percentage. I mean, that is around the board complete numbers.
We are going to take a quick break as the opening faceoff is upcoming between Plum and Hempfield. You are listening to and watching the 2017 PIHL Penguins Cup Hockey Playoffs. It's sponsored by the Tribune Review, and it's here only on the MSA Sports Network.
Chatham University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is located on a stunning campus in the middle of a city of 70,000 college students. We offer challenging academics with over 40 majors, superb career preparation, and over 60 clubs and organizations. From the Literary Magazine and Drama Club to the League of Student Voters and pre-professional organizations. We also offer 16 Division III men's and women's sports, including men's ice hockey, starting in fall of 2017. For more information, visit chatham.edu/explore. Own your piece of hockey history with a Penguins game used jersey. Visit J&J Distributing at www.jjdistributing.biz and check out one of their largest selections of Penguins game-worn jerseys from your favorite Pens, past and present. Or call 724-752-1556. J&J Distributing buys, sells, and trades some of hockey's most prized possessions, including the Penguins game-worn jerseys, Penguins practice jerseys, minor league jerseys, and new and game-used equipment. Browse their inventory today at www.jjdistributing.biz.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
Once again, the site to go to for PIHL high school hockey is the MSA Sports Network. Not only can you listen to audio broadcasts online at msasports.net, but once again this year, MSA Sports will video stream 25 live and archived high school hockey games during the regular season, powered by the PIHL, Tribune Review, and Chatham University. Plus, MSA Sports has exclusive broadcasts of the Penguins Cup playoffs. Your home for the PIHL is the MSA Sports Network.
It is just about time to play some hockey. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Cory Campano. I also want to thank Chris Lackner providing the videography for this simulcast, both an audio and video broadcast. Hope you are listening or watching live, but you can also check it out on archive. It'll be on our YouTube page. Of course, all the audio broadcasts are on the broadcast tab of msasports.net. We are here at the RMU Island Sports Complex as the first half of the championship in Class AA has been decided. It is the Greater Latrobe Ice Cats, courtesy of a 6-3 victory over Quaker Valley. So the East number 4 seed has made a bit of a Cinderella run to the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. Now we're just about set to determine which team will be squaring off against the Ice Cats next Tuesday. It'll either be East number 1 Plum or East number 3 Hempfield. So if nothing else, Cory, we know that this East Division is certainly very strong this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Top to bottom, East Division was strong. Look at the way that this shook down. I like what you said earlier, Sean, and I know that at some point in the broadcast you're going to talk about how you made the prediction with Latrobe, so I figured I'd just say it first. That was a good call on your part, but rest of the East strong too, and 2 strong teams here tonight.
As we are officially underway, as the Plum Mustangs, the top seed in the East, going right to left as we see it, wearing the home white jerseys as Dylan Joyce gets the puck behind the Spartans net to begin play. Mustangs have the purple trim, the purple numbers and the gold trim on the other side. The Hempfield Spartans going left to right, and the dark blue with the white numbers wearing the black pants. The Mustangs clad in purple pants as it's behind the Spartans net, where it's played by Jake Anderson as he goes across to Christian Gorsak. Now a centering pass up the middle, intercepted by Pujola. He's got a shot and a good glove save. Best opportunity. This contest comes just 41 seconds in for prolific scorer Nolan Pujola, but Nolan Faree making a strong glove save and the whistle.
Let's face it, I mean, Pujola scores right there. That's going to take all the wind out of the sail of Hempfield and give Plum all the momentum. That is a big stop early in this game for Faree, and he's going to have to be good here all night.
Mustangs win the draw. Proskin attempted to get it towards the cage, but it was deflected wide. But the Mustangs, the first team to the puck, sharp angle shot, never makes it through. Now the puck trickles out in front. Was sitting in the goal crease for about a second or two before the Spartans able to clear it out. Now get it to center red, where it's stepped ahead by Colosi, but that one will go for a whistle, as they're going to say an icing against the Hempfield Spartans.
Tough one there. I like the little chip there down the wing for Hempfield 67, Mario Colosi. He was about a half step short of that red line, and it went the whole way down. Good call by the official, but a tough one for Hempfield.
This offensive zone draw for the Mustangs actually won by Hempfield. Spartans not able to clear it out on the first attempt off the glass. Now battling right in front of us from where we're situated. The Mustangs able to keep it in. Now it's Proskin who skates it in, backhand pass to no one in particular. Hempfield's Cozier is able to get to it, leaves it back for Trent Gray, the defenseman. Spartans having a hard time clearing the zone. Now they chip it out. And good skating that time displayed by Dom Schmizzy for the Spartans. Not able to catch up to it, but the puck now deep in Mustangs territory. Louis Poprocki, one of the talented blue liners for the Mustangs, plays it up to Borriello. Now across, the pass for Mascaro is a bit behind him. That allows Hempfield to get deep once more. Spartans on the forecheck, able to force a turnover as it was held in at the right point, that time by Christian Gorsak. Mustangs' second attempt to clear it. They're able to do so, but it'll be an icing against Plum. We've seen both teams in the early going not getting out of their defensive zone very easily.
Yeah, I was just going to say, not real sharp. You saw one side of Hempfield. You mentioned earlier they needed to get out of the zone, and it was just a little chip play. They really got lucky to get out, and Plum right there just couldn't hook up on a pass. Each team trying to get their legs under them.
Offensive zone draw for the Spartans from the left circle, but it's maintained by the Mustangs. There's now an outlet pass by Mance. Goes deep into Hempfield territory. Mustangs were off to a slow start in their first round game against the Shaler Titans. Hempfield anything but, as they jumped out to 3 goals very early in the game. We've had a few times where the music is playing during the action here, which is obviously not intended. Mustangs come up with turnover, centering pass, the save that time by Faree on a shot. I don't know that he saw it, but he was able to rob Mance. Now the Mustangs a centering pass in front, but that goes through everyone on the attempt to get it to Patton. Mustangs keep it in momentarily, but now Hempfield able to skate it out with Gorsak carrying the mail. He tried to shoot it in just outside the blue line. That was deflected into the far corner, however, by the Mustangs. Back out to the left point. Low shot redirects. Benitez had to make a save on that redirection as Hempfield starting to apply a little bit of pressure now. Centering pass out in front off the stick of Benitez. Comes out into the slot where Pujola grabs it. He's going 1-on-2. That's not a bad scenario for him, but he's angled off the puck. Good physical play that time by Jake Anderson.
Beautiful play by Anderson.
Pujola still had it, took a tough angle slap shot from the right circle, missed the cage, but the Mustangs once again able to keep it in the form of Connor Sensi as Pujola, a centering pass. That one doesn't work, tries it again, and another glove save by Faree, this time on a wrist shot by Mason Proskin.
I like what you said there, Sean. That 1-on-2, it's never really a bad scenario for Pujola. That was a terrific play by Anderson. He kind of kept the feet moving and forced them to the outside and ended up getting a decent body check on the far boards. And Plum's buzzing right now, but Faree looks tough. Looks like he's going to answer the bell all night. Hempfield competitive.
Late change for the Spartans to get fresh troops on. Mustangs, Joyce wins the draw. Back to Anthony Borriello, one of two Borriellos. Long slap shot from the right point, and that one stopped with the leg pad by Faree. Joyce has it now, centers into the slot shot, misses, but Puhala is able to retrieve it. Mustangs applying pressure, no score. 13-10 remaining in this opening period where we play 3 17-minute periods in regulation. Mustangs get it to Puhala, another turning shot save, rebound opportunity, that one off of the pad of Faree. The Mustangs continue to apply the pressure. That pass goes through the attempt to Puhala. Now another shot from the point. It's out in front. Mustangs winning every battle. Another centering pass. That one broken up partially. Gets back to Sensi at the point. His shot's blocked, and it comes out of the zone.
Proskin got 3 shots in that possession from the point. All of them found a way into the pads of Faree.
Dumping it that time is Colosi, but not deep enough. Now it's back into Hempfield territory as the Spartans try to get fresh troops out. We're going to have a penalty upcoming. It'll be the first one of this contest, and it's going to go against the Plum Mustangs. So Plum dominating on the shot clock, Cory, but now they're going to have to go to the penalty kill.
Yeah, and that's Puhala, I believe, 47 in white, that is going to be credited with the call for Plum. Nolan Puhala hit from behind. Not sure what the call is. Maybe boarding, cross-check. It was right in front of the Hempfield bench.
Thought I saw the signal for interference, but we'll be able to sort it out momentarily. As an opportunity here in the early going for Hempfield to try to get on the board first, but the Mustangs are going to be able to kill about 15 seconds off the clock by getting the puck deep. Now the Spartans carrying the mail for Hempfield is Gorsak. Leaves it across where the Spartans decide to dump it deep. That's Jared Gerger giving chase. He's not able to get to it. His teammate is. Now the puck centered in front into the equipment of Benitez, who will hang on.
Number 47, Nolan Puhala. 2 minutes for interference.
So you're right, Sean. Call was interference. And right there, I like the play by Colosi. Mario Colosi coming from behind that net off a bad bounce. He went to his backhand. Just a simple play to throw it in front of the net. Benitez had to be ready, and just as he has been all season, he was, and was able to fall on that puck. But this is a chance for Hempfield. Need to capitalize early here. Would give them a big spark.
29 seconds have elapsed in the power play for the Spartans. Offensive zone draw from the right side. It's won back by Hempfield to the point where Anderson will play it down low to the boards on the right side. Now he tries to go D to D. He's able to do so successfully. Now across and a turning shot in front. Good opportunity for Gerger, but he was a little wide on it as he now has the puck back. Gets it back to Anderson at the point. Anderson surveys the scene, dumps it back down to Gerger along the right side. But he's knocked off the puck. Strong defense by the Plum Mustangs. That was Connor Sensi, but Sensi can't clear the puck. Now back out to Anderson, who keeps it in again. Slap shot, that one saved by Benitez. Long rebound, redirected in front. Nearly batted out of the air by the Spartan. Shot gets through to Benitez. He was able to get the pad down. And now we have a whistle as it looks as though the net has come off its moorings.
Love this power play setup so far for Hempfield. This is exactly what you have to do against a Plum Mustang team, and that is be ready on special teams, especially when you've got the man advantage. That's a big opportunity to score against this team that, Sean, as you mentioned before we got started here, they can score on their own, can Plum, but they can really defend it as well. So this is a golden opportunity for Hempfield.
Yeah, the Mustangs, the highest scoring team in the regular season in Class AA, also the best defensive team, as 33 seconds remain on the man advantage for the Spartans, but not able to hold the zone that time on the clearing attempt was Trent Gray, as he will watch his teammate Christian Gorsak retrieve the puck. Gorsak skates through the neutral zone, makes a move at center ice, now carries it all the way in, has the puck poked away, but he's the first player to it. Throws it down low where it'll come out the other side of the net behind Benitez. Spinning attempt by Schmizzy, who had a very productive playoff game in the victory. Schmizzy has the puck, back to the point. Gorsak winds it up. That one blocked by a pair of Mustangs. Plum giving up the body, and now it's tipped down in front. Empty net, and it's a goal for Hempfield. On the finish, Dom Schmizzy, and he puts his team up. I don't think that'll count as a power play tally, but it doesn't matter. Spartans up 1-0.
Won't count as a power play tally. Puhala jumped out of the box a second or two before that puck bounced over to Schmizzy, and just right place, the right time. Puck right on his stick, and he was able to elevate it over that right pad of Benitez. Benitez slid over, trying to make a play there, but right as you were giving him the compliment, Sean, Schmizzy continues his good playoff run.
So 10:28 remaining in this opening stanza. Spartans strike first as they lead Plum 1-0. After we saw about 5 minutes of terrific play by the Mustangs, the penalty to PIHL, and even though they officially killed it off, the Mustangs were never able to recover. Now the Mustangs trying to come the other way. It's Anthony Borriello with the puck. He gets his own, but quickly has it knocked off of his stick and back into neutral zone territory. Blue liner for the Mustangs. Low big plays it ahead to PIHL, who's back out there after serving his 2 minutes. He drops off to Joyce. Joyce comes in, centering pass in front, and the Mustangs get it right back. I think it's PIHL who was able to finish. It was Joyce on the centering pass that got tipped up in the air, came back down, and I believe Nolan PIHL was able to poke it in past Nolan Faree, and we are deadlocked. Just 30 seconds later, the Mustangs pull even.
It was either Borriello or PIHL. Again, another one, just a little chip and off a bounce. Mustang players right there on the other time. Same as Hempfield's goal, just right spot, right time, and they poke it into the back of the net. Assists on that first goal for Schmizzy went to 36 Coziera and 88 Connor Lawrence for Hempfield.
So back even, 1 goal apiece, not even halfway through this opening period, as the Spartans take a sharp angle shot that time by Gorsak, hits the outside of the net. And you were right, Cory, it's Anthony Borriello.
Number 40, Colin Patton.
As Patton picks up the primary helper. Joyce, the secondary helper, is puck was hit with a high stick by the Spartans, but the Mustangs the first team to touch it, so play continues. Now poking it into the offensive zone is Logan Schlegel for the Mustangs as he gets a change. So Borriello, the equalizer. Now a long outlet pass right onto the stick of Jared Gerger. He tried to make a move one-on-one, but he was beautifully defended by Mason Proskin. And now a draw pass to Proskin. He was winding up for the slap shot, couldn't get anything behind it because it was tipped away at the last second by Ethan Grant. And now the Spartans come the other way. Colosi skates in, 2-on-1, tries a pass, can't get it through. Second chance is sharp angle shot. I don't know if that got on the cage or not. Nonetheless, it stayed out as I think, Benitez was able to get his pad down.
I think it did. I think it did hit the net. Benitez got it with that left skate.
So now the Mustangs, Sensi tries to play it up to center ice. That doesn't work. The first attempt tries it again. Now Mascaro has it in the defensive zone for the Mustangs, and he's able to whack it out. The officials wave off the icing as it goes into Hempfield territory, and it's played by their netminder, Faree. Now it's PIHL who absorbs a hit at center ice, lost the puck, but his teammate Joyce there in support, able to pick it up. Mustangs get it to Anthony Borriello as he skates in, thought about a drop pass. Now he gives it to PIHL, a low shot. Not much mustard behind that. And an easy save for the Spartans netminder. Now it comes back out to the blue line. Straight on shot by Patton is deflected into the corner. Another clearing attempt doesn't work for Hempfield, and a long shot. Faree had to steer that one aside. Once the Mustangs get in the offensive zone, Cory, they've had sustained pressure. As it comes in front again, Joyce just couldn't corral it, but now he's able to pick it up, tries to get it in front. PIHL tips it, loose puck, and the Spartans finally get to it. And they'll be able to clear it out now. It's hit by a high stick. And a shot by Hempfield, and it's in. I thought it was going to be against the Spartans, but it's Schmizzy who gets his second.
I was just about to credit Dom Schmizzy, the hustle at the end of his shift, no matter if it was a high stick or not. And he picks it up at the top of the circle and ropes one low blocker past Benitez. 2 goals for Dom Schmizzy. And Hempfield has the lead, and I'm with you, Sean. It looked like a signaled high stick against Hempfield, but clearly on a Plum defenseman.
Yeah, we saw the high stick signal, but it must have been against Plum because Schmizzy was able to skate into that, and he rips it past Benitez, and this Spartans team looks pretty potent right now as they're back in the lead 2-1 with 7:23 remaining.
The Hempfield goal, his second goal of the game, scored by number 22, Dominic Scamizzi.
Now the Mustangs try to tip it deep into the offensive zone, but it never makes it through. It's picked up in a neutral zone by Cody Miller, who will push it deep for Hempfield. Low big behind his cage for the Mustangs, pokes out now into the neutral zone. As skating in is Alexi Mance. He had the game-winning goal in the Mustangs' victory over Shaler. He's knocked off the puck. It's picked up by his teammate Baranowski, Daniel Baranowski out there for Plum. Now Baranowski combines with Schlegel to try to force a loose puck. Teams battling as Kane Mills doing some strong work for the Spartans. Now pops out in front. Hempfield's able to clear the zone as Sensi and Lobig will retreat defensively for the Mustangs. Will it go the length of the ice? It will, and that'll bring it back into the offensive zone for Plum.
Nick Koziera, another assist, his second of the game, the lone assist man on that goal for Schmizzy. So Schmizzy, 2 goals, Koziera, 2 assists, and Sean already with these 2 goals and 6:28 left in the first period, Hempfield has scored as many goals on Plum as they have all season.
Yeah, this is a different environment once you get to the postseason, as a shot off the draw misses wide of the cage by Mascaro for the Mustangs. Borriella picks it up. Now it comes back out into the slot to Dominic Borriella. His shot just skips wide. Mustangs have had a lot of good pressure. The Hempfield Spartans really haven't had nearly the offensive zone time, but Schmizzy's been able to capitalize. The one coming just after the power play, the second one on a breakaway.
Give credit to Ferree and net, too, keeping Hempfield in this.
Now Gorsak moves it ahead. Far side, centering pass is broken up on the attempt by Jared Gerger as it goes behind Benitez in the net for the Mustangs. Now it comes back out to the left point. Shot never made it through. It was blocked by Mascaro for Plum. Now back to that point again. Another shot. That one steered away with the pad by Benitez as he had to be strong. It looked like he had a body in front trying to provide a screen. Now Adamski comes back the other way for the Mustangs. Number 94, Anthony Adamski, leaves it back to Paparaki. His shot just skips wide of the cage. Spartans will play it behind their cage to try to reset. Now it's wrapped around the near boards and we'll get back out to center ice. That one actually will go deep into Plum territory. Retreating to pick it up is Proskin. Overskating is Paparaki, but he comes back to it. His clearing attempt, however, was intercepted. Strong work by Gorsak as he gets it down low. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this opening stanza. Spartans ahead 1-0 here at the RMU Island Sports Complex. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Cory Campano. Is coming back the other way as Gerger down the near side, but great defensive recovery by Ryan Lobig. And now Lobig will be able to skate it out. Lofts a pass over to Anthony Borriella, who pulls up. He's got Lobig again. Shot just goes over the cage. That time it was a good give and go. Lobig had the opportunity. Now Joyce covering back on the blue line. His shot doesn't get through. Actually might have hit his teammate Borriella. Spartans try to clear, not able to do so. Second attempt goes up into the Hempfield bench. Cory, it seems like right now this Spartans team is on his heels when it's in the defensive zone. Mustangs keep firing shots. Is it just a matter of time until the Mustangs break through?
I think so, but I mean, every time you get a small glimpse on the other end, Hempfield puts one in the net. Past a very strong goaltender in Benitez. Schmizzy has both goals. Hempfield leading 2-1 here. And again, he's the one that just made the play to stop that rally, chipped it out of play. 22 and blue's been everywhere.
Lobig back for the Mustangs. Plays it over to the far boards. Now it's off for the glass and back out to center red. Speaking of Schmizzy, he has the puck now. He'll get it deep as Benitez goes out to handle the bouncing puck, but he leaves it right for a Spartan. As that was Koziera who was able to skate in and to pick it off, but now he tried to drop it to the point. No one there to retrieve it as it comes back to Hempfield Real Estate. Anderson pursued, but he's still handling the puck. Now moves it up ahead. Koziera able to come down the right side, try a centering pass, never made it through. Now it comes back to the right point, slap shot. That one might have been going wide, but Benitez will glove it and hang on for a whistle. With 3:38 remaining in period number 1 here on the MSA Sports Network. I want to thank Chris Lackner for the great job he's doing as always. The cameraman extraordinaire. I think that's a fitting title for him, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Didn't want to interrupt you there. I thought you might be saying more.
Well, we'll save some more for the rest of this contest. As the Spartans win the draw, sharp angle shot. Benitez hugging the post, able to make the save. Rebound attempt. Spartans were whacking at it, but Benitez able to cover it up, get the whistle.
Gorsak off that right wing. It's a little chip. The face-off one to the right wing, and a little chip from the center position. Goes right to the net, gets a stick on it. Benitez again had to be positioned well. Terrific goaltender, Benitez, but Hempfield playing very hard.
As this puck comes in on the net, that one took a weird bounce up Benitez as we hear some oohs and ahs from the crowd. He was able to make the save. Now it's back to Hempfield Real Estate. Ethan Grant chipped it ahead on the backhand. Makes the Mustangs go back in their own territory to retrieve it. This time it's an easy outlet for Plum. As Borriello tries to tip it ahead. Hempfield, the first team to come up with it. Now a Murphy-like dump goes over the head of Mason Proskin. The officials say that's an icing because Proskin never was able to grab it.
Honestly, I think Hempfield might need to do more of that, Sean. They might need, I mean, you've seen when Plum is buzzing in the offensive zone, they get 3-4 shots on for each possession. Hempfield might have to do a little more of that, just clearing, getting a line change. Maybe not necessarily icing the puck, but at least just clearing the zone.
Offensive zone draw for the Mustangs, but it's Hempfield who comes up with the puck. Spartans try to clear it behind the net. Not able to do so as the Mustangs keep it in. Second chance to clear for Hempfield. This time it does work as it's off a stick of Pop Rocky and back to the neutral zone. Just over 2.5 minutes remain in this opening period. It is 2-1 in favor of the Spartans, looking for their second straight upset victory. Greater Latrobe awaits in the finals to be played next Tuesday at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberries. Puhala enters 3-on-2 for the Mustangs. Borriello back to Puhala. Redirection attempt. I don't think that made it on the cage. Puhala came up with it, tried to center it to Joyce. That one was broken up. Now Patton pinches up, trying to keep the zone. He did so initially, but the Spartans come the other way. Gerger pulls up, stops, and a shot right into the chest of Benitez, who's able to hang on.
Nice job by Gerger down that right wing, using Lewis Poprocky, the defender, as a screen in front of Benitez. Better job by him at the top of the crease to see that one the whole way, and no rebound. Again, just held that first shot up, but like the way that Gerger has played in this game, Jared Gerger, and he's had a phenomenal season for Hempfield.
Spartans win the draw forward. Now a sharp angle backhand. That's tipped in front, glove down, and Benitez, I don't know if that was a shot or just handed towards the cage, but Benitez made the save nonetheless. Spartans starting to buzz a little bit as that shot goes high from the left side. Now the Mustangs clear it, but a big hit delivered. That was Hempfield's Mario Colosi who lowered the lumber. Mustangs behind their own net. It's not been an easy first period for the number 1 seed Plum squad, which we mentioned had a slow start against the Titans as well. They were tied at 2 goals apiece. Now an icing committed by Hempfield on an unforced error will allow the Mustangs another offensive zone draw with 1:22 remaining.
Boy, that really was an unforced error there. I mean, they had so much time in their own zone to try and break out there, and pass was nowhere close. Ended up going the length of the ice. Don't want to give Plum any opportunities to tie this thing before the end of the period.
Schlegel will take the draw for the Mustangs. He was opposed that time by Coziera. Coziera wanted forward and all the way out of the zone. Now it's right back in Hempfield territory as the Spartans get it up to Harley Brockta. And now retreating back for Plum is a very talented blue liner and minute muncher Ryan Lobig. Now Schlegel has it through center red, fires a shot, that one well high, probably about 6 feet over the cage. Just an attempt to get on the forecheck, however, and the Mustangs able to do that, just that. Spartans played sound defensively, but Hempfield's going to commit another icing, so that'll stop the clock with 41.3 ticks remaining in this opening period.
They just continue now, continue to keep icing the puck, giving Plum an opportunity, or giving themselves an opportunity to try and breathe a little bit. Plum, you said it earlier, Sean, I couldn't agree more. I mean, when they go, they really go on offense, and I feel that feeling of the next one that goes in for them might open the floodgates.
Joyce has it for the Mustangs as he skates out to the right circle, leaves it to Borriello. Puhala is staking out in the middle. No one was on him for a second. It goes back to the point, but Poprocky fumbled it off his stick and out of the zone, so he throws it right back in with now 20 seconds remaining in this first stanza. Outlet pass is tipped. Comes to the Mustangs in the neutral zone. Puhala enters the zone. Fakes a slap shot. Joyce, I think, tried the redirection in front. Final few seconds. Now the Spartans have it. They're just trying to kill the remaining ticks in this first period. Mustangs trying to turn the pressure on, but puck comes out to the neutral zone, and that'll do it for the first 17 minutes, and it's the Hempfield Spartans holding a 2-1 lead over the Plum Mustangs as we head to period number 2. We'll step aside. You are listening to and watching the 2017 PIHL Penguins Cup Hockey Playoffs. It's sponsored by the Tribune Review, and it's here only on the MSA Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou. Carlo University, a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Two Americans back here at the commentary booth from the RMU Island Sports Complex. Sean Meyers and Cory Campano, as the music sounding here at the home of the Colonials. But tonight, it's the venue for a pair of Class AA semifinals games. The first one went to Greater Latrobe 6-3 over Quaker Valley. So the number 4 seed out of the East has punched its ticket to the finals. Now it's Plum and Hempfield, seeds number 1 and 3 out of the East, doing battle. And after the first 17 minutes, Hempfield up 2-1 on the scoreboard. Mustangs had a slim margin in the shot column, 13-12. I think it was a pretty well played opening stanza, but the Spartans had to be thrilled, Cory.
Absolutely, and to even be close, let alone have a 2-1 lead against Plum. Remember, they lost 9-1 and 5-1. First two times these teams faced each other during the regular season. Dom Schmizzy with both goals, and Hempfield, I wouldn't say, Sean, I wouldn't even say they were outplayed, really. I mean, Plum had more offensive chances, but Hempfield with the lead.
Offensive zone time certainly was in favor of the Mustangs, and it remains that way to begin this second period for Plum as it goes back to the left point. Now it's Sensi from the right side. His shot deflected, goes into the corner of the Mustangs. Once again, the first team to it. Puhala, beautiful little drag out in front to himself, but he had the shot deflected. Now to Borriello, tries to go down low, tries a second time on the backhand. Both teams having a hard time coming up with the bouncing puck, but Sensi keeps it in. Now he skates in from the right circle. Shot, that one went up high. I don't know if it made it through to Furry, but the Spartans able to clear the zone. Now coming the other way for Hempfield, and absorbing a hit that time was Schmizzy. Schmizzy none the worse for wear.
He's played a terrific game. Not even just the 2 goals. He's been everywhere on the ice.
Lobig had a dangerous outlet pass, nearly intercepted, did make it out to the neutral zone. Spartans play it deep, and he'll take a more high percentage clearing attempt on the backhand, but once again, Hempfield dumps it deep. Seems like a concerted effort, Cory. Get the puck deep, go on the forecheck, make these Mustangs defenders work. As now comes out in the slot, slap shot blocked by Lobig. Second chance hits the outside of the net as the Spartans continue to work here, and now we have a whistle. And we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be a holding. Who will it be against?
I think it's Hempfield. I think it was Gerger behind the net. Tough to tell, but I believe it was 61.
And indeed, he's being escorted over. So tough break for the Spartans. They were buzzing, but Jared Gerger is going to go to the box. This will be the first man advantage that Plum has had in this contest.
That's a little bit of a ticky-tack call. He held the defenseman behind the net. I mean, just a little to get that separation, to get the puck. Gerger's the same one, Sean. I thought for sure it was 3-1 right there. Hit the outside. I mean, that was a wide-open cage that he had off the rebound, and he hit the outside of the net.
So the Mustangs, with their first power play, win the draw. Hempfield had one power play in the opening stanza. Did not officially score in the power play, but just a few seconds afterwards, and the Mustangs were never able to fully recover. Now Hempfield trying to clear it out. Paparaki keeps it in deftly as it comes back to Borriello. He passes in front. And that was a wide open cage for Schlegel as he tried to do the Brett Hall impression, getting down to a knee. Just couldn't get good lumber on it. Now the net has come off its mooring, so the officials blow the whistle. We've seen great chances both ways less than 3 minutes into this second period.
And that net on the far side comes off, I think, every time somebody skates by it. But, yeah, right off the heel of the stick there, wide open look for Schlegel. Love your Brett Hall call there as well, Sean. I know you were waiting to use that.
Well, it's an impression of Brett Hall because I'm pretty sure that
Brett
Hall would have finished that one and maybe put
a
hole through the net. Nonetheless, still a good opportunity for the Mustangs here on the man advantage. 1:25 remaining in this power play. As they have it down low, now it goes back to the left point. Played over to the right point to Lobig. Lobig tries to pass it down low. The pass is tipped. Did he keep it in? No, he didn't, as the Mustangs will have to touch up. That allows the Spartans to play at the length of the ice as it bounces in on Benitez, and he just steers it aside with the pad. Benitez, by the way, wearing the white helmet. The Mustang skaters have the gold helmets on. As the pass was momentarily broken up at center ice, but Plum able to enter the zone. Now it goes over to Puhala. Just came off his stick momentarily, so he resets to Lobig from straight on. Shot steered away by Faree. Nearly a slam dunk rebound for the Mustangs, and now another shot. That one goes wide of the cage. Faree's all spun around. He can't find it. Now we have a penalty upcoming against Hempfield. Sharp angle shot off the goaltender's mask.
81.
So it will be a 5-on-3 for 34 seconds upcoming for the Mustangs.
Kind of looked unnecessary, to be honest with you, Sean. Kane Mills behind the play. Faree had made the first save, then it tilted out to the left side of the net. It was on the right side of the net behind the red line that Mills kind of just tied up a player for no reason and took him down. And then, as you said, Faree took that shot off the mask. This is an important 34 seconds.
And the draw in particular could be the difference. As the Spartans win it back, the Mustangs were the first team to it because of the numbers advantage, and now it goes into the netting.
That was holding, again, called on Mills. It could have been that, could have been interference, could have been roughing, could have been anything.
Another draw with 30 seconds remaining on the two-man advantage. Spartans not able to clear. It goes back to the point where the Mustangs get it now over to the right side to Lobig. His shot was broken up, diving block that time by Trent Gray, and allows Hempfield to clear it as that one hit off the very top of the glass.
Great job, Trent Gray, taking the shot off the body there.
That's playoff hockey as Adamski enters the zone from the right side. Tries to pass it to the middle. Lobig able to skate into it, going right to left as the first Spartan. Gerger back. That'll make it a 5-on-4 advantage for Plum. And Gerger intercepts the pass, but he couldn't get enough mustard behind it to clear the zone. 1:15 remaining on this one-man power play advantage for the Mustangs, 5-on-4. Now Puhala drags in, plays it across. It was in the glove of Joyce for about a second there, but play continues.
Yeah, surprised that wasn't a delay of game.
Now Lobig shot, and it's in. He didn't get a lot behind it, but I think Faree was screened momentarily, and the power play tally for Ryan Lobig has us knotted at 2 goals apiece.
Unfortunate for the game that Faree has played. Lobig, just a perfect location shot right underneath that little spot between the glove hand and the left pad of Faree, and it just trickled in past him. He got a little piece of it, but I think you said it, Sean. He was screened there. He didn't really see that the whole way.
It's not always about velocity. Sometimes it's just getting it through, and the placement that time was perfect as Plum is pulled even. That one coming with 12:50 remaining in period number 2. So the Spartans kill off the 5-on-3, but the 5-on-4 penalty kill not successful. And now Hempfield tries to clear it. It's intercepted. Mustangs come back the other way. Shot attempt by Schlegel as he's pounded as it goes over the cage. Schlegel back to his skates. Now he's applying some pressure, comes up with a steal. Schlegel doing it. Great work here for the Mustangs as Borriello now skates into it. Goes back to Schlegel. It's off of his stick. Dominic Borriello out there. Pop Rocky's shot from the point. That one picked up by Faree as he's able to get his pads on it. Mustangs going back to that offensive zone time that we saw from them in the opening stanza. Now the Spartans able to clear. Could be a 3-on-2 potentially for Hempfield as the pass ahead. Now skating in front, taking a shot and just missing a wide open cage for Hempfield. Puck's down in front, and it's in. And the officials are going to wave it off. The celebration is on for Schmizzy. He thinks he has a hat trick, and he finds out that's going to be waved off. The initial chance for Colosi looked like he had an empty net. Couldn't finish it. And now it's a little bit of a controversy. I'm not sure why that got waved off, but I can only assume that there's interference with Benitez.
Had to be. I mean, there was 2 or 3 bodies in the crease. Schmizzy would have had the hat trick there.
And he was celebrating like he had it.
Yep.
But he's not happy to find out that goal waved off.
Christian Gorsak, the captain's trying to get an explanation for Hempfield. That would have been a huge response for the Spartans right after giving up that power play goal.
Well, Colosi came in. I think he had Benitez beat.
Fold. Yeah, he had him fold, no doubt. Just missed the shot wide right.
And it was a scramble for the puck after that. Ended up on the stick of Schmizzy.
Call stands.
It's not a penalty against the Spartans for goaltender interference. They simply wave off the goal.
Yep.
Remain in an offensive zone for Hempfield. Now the Spartans get it down low, but it's not able to be controlled by Gerger, and the Mustangs just barely get it out. Now Puhala trying to create something, but he can't handle the puck. Lobig off the boards, back out to the neutral zone where it's picked up by Gray for Hempfield as he throws it in. Benitez had to get the paddle down to make that stop. Bit more than 11 minutes remaining in period number 2. Turnover. Spartans take a slap shot. That one off of the stick of Ethan Grant. Benitez able to flash the pads, and now Plum could have a 2-on-1 the other way. Borriello and Joyce. Feather pass across, broken up. Borriello still tried to get some lumber on it, but wasn't able to get it on the cage. That's a hard pass to make there by Dylan Joyce. He's the top assist man in the class, but that time just couldn't get it through. Now they're announcing the Plum goal from quite some time ago as the Spartans commit the icing. So Puhal and Dom Borriello pick up the helpers.
Got to wonder there, Sean, that response right there by Hempfield, if they get that goal to go, that just kind of would have shown Plum, like, hey, they are not going anywhere. There's a lot of fight in this team here tonight. Plum is a terrific hockey team, and Hempfield's given them everything they have.
Wow, we just got an explanation that the net had come off the moorings as a shot in the slot never made it through for Plum's Mascaro.
Also remind you of the PIHL follows USA Hockey zero tolerance policy.
As they're making an announcement here to some of the fans who are none too happy. It's very interesting that we heard that explanation, because a lot of times you do not have a PA announcer describe why a goal was waved off. We had speculated that it could have been goalie interference. Instead, they say the net come off the moorings as the Mustangs able to clear the zone. To your point earlier, these nets come off easily, so that's really just a tough break for Hempfield.
Horrible break for them, and again, that would have put them back in the lead. And fact of the matter is, though, Sean, as you said earlier, I think Colosi had the goal. He had the goal. That would have been before the net came off. He had Benitez totally fooled and just ended up missing the shot.
Clearing attempt by the Spartans. Friendly fire off the back of Coziera. Fell down right at the skates of Furry as he's able to get a glove on, and he'll allow his team to get a change. Mentioned the bench boss is Vinny Soma, 2010 Plum graduate, his second year at the helm. Denny Zaravica, he's the fifth-year man for the Spartans. He's got a very accomplished assistant in John Weinbrenner, as Weinbrenner won some Penguins Cup championships with Greater Latrobe. Now helping out Hempfield as the puck cleared out defensively by the Spartans.
9:37 to go before the intermission. These closing minutes, very, very important. Plum, when they score, they can score in bunches. If you're Hempfield, can't let them get the lead and let that lead to an even bigger lead, because that's just how they play.
Mustangs win the draw, but not able to do anything with that possession. As now Paparaki knocked into the boards as he made a play in the neutral zone. Comes back to Spartans, and a bad pass is intercepted by Schlegel. Schlegel comes in for the Mustangs, drop pass, and that one broken up, and now the Spartans might have a chance for a 3-on-2. Slow developing, as skating in for Hempfield that time was Gorsak, but he was knocked off the puck as it goes behind the Mustangs bench as the Spartans complete a change. Now Schlegel steps in the way of a pass, tries a shot through the legs of the defenseman Gray, but Gray was able to block it aside. Paparaki has shot that one off of the blocker, high out of play, as Farid that time sends it well over the glass, and we will have an offensive zone draw for the Mustangs with 8:45 remaining in this middle frame.
Been a good hockey game here, huh, Sean? Back and forth. Both these teams know what's on the line. That's getting to the final.
Yeah, sometimes when teams dominate in the regular season, it carries over to the playoffs, but usually it's a lot harder, as a shot from the point broken up, and now coming the other way for Hempfield with the puck is Colosi. He went 1-on-2, and his shot just went to the far side wide, as now it goes the length of the ice the other way. It'll be an icing against the Mustangs. We talk about teams like Plum that really have great success, or Franklin Regional that dominate in the regular season. They get to the postseason, they have some tough games on their hand. In contrast, in Division II, a team like Meadville really has not had a tough time thus far, Corey.
Yeah, Mead, and then they won 12-0, I think it was tonight already. I mean, they're unbelievable. They're just steamrolling teams.
A little bit more parity in the higher classifications as Joyce enters the zone on the backhand, tries to go behind the net, takes a hit from Anderson, keeps going, gets it out in front, shot by Puhala, now a rebound opportunity, and it's a goal for Borriello. Great job by Dylan Joyce. The follow-up shot by Puhala didn't go, but on the finish, Anthony Borriello, as sprawling out was Farid, but just not able to come up with it, and the Mustangs take their first lead.
Borriello will get his second on just an incredible effort. Farid making that first save, and Borrielli had to go real wide to keep the control of the puck as he was falling down, and just slid it in along the ices. Reaching back with the stick to try and make that save was Farid, but Plum gets their first lead of the game.
That's all about Dylan Joyce keeping the play alive as we have a hand pass against Hempfield. So Joyce, in all likelihood, will get the secondary helper, but sometimes the score sheet doesn't indicate everything.
Second goal of the game, scored by number 10, Anthony Borriello.
Puhala should get the primary assist.
Number 47, Nolan Puhala. And number 54, Dylan Joyce.
Now the Spartans come the other way. Gerger enters the zone down the left side, but he's defended well by Lobig. Now Gorsak trying to make something happen, leaves it for Gerger. Gerger tried to go right back, but it was broken up by the aforementioned Dylan Joyce. Now Borriello plays it ahead to Puhala. He's dangerous as he fakes a slap shot, comes in 1-on-2, and he wasn't able to get a shot off, but it's going to be a penalty against the Spartans as he plays it down low to Joyce. Delayed call-up coming against Hempfield. And now the Spartans will touch it up, so Plum will go back to the power play, already holding a 3-2 lead.
What a move there. Absolute beauty by Nolan Puhala down that left side. The little fake of a slap shot, 1-2 touch. Drew a hack across the arm, I think. Going to be the penalty call.
It'll be a slash.
That's 91, Ethan Grant for Hempfield into the box. Big opportunity now for Plum.
So the offensive zone draw will be upcoming for the Mustangs. There's a bit of a delay as the Spartans are trying to get a late change, it looks like.
Yeah, and the ref didn't allow him to make it. Gorsak, who was just out there for a minute, was trying to get to the bench so that Nick Coziera could come on, and official blew that dead. Made Gorsak go back out there to take the draw.
Although it did add about an extra 20 seconds of rest time for the Spartans, and now the face-off, the center iceman gets chased out for Hempfield as well. Paparaki has it. Shot gets through off of the pads of Farid, and then the Spartans able to clear it the length of the ice to run some time off the clock.
Grant, 2 for slashing at 7:28.
Mustangs have a power play goal from Lobig in this second stanza. They had a 5-on-3 briefly, couldn't cash in then, but were able to score on the traditional 5-on-4. Sharp angle shot, squirts out into the slot. 2 pad saves in a span of about 2 seconds by Farid, and the Spartans clear it. Now they could have a chance coming the other way with Schmizzy as he comes in from a sharp angle, and a good save by Benitez. Puck up high in the air. Schmizzy never saw it, and now the Mustangs able to get it back. And Schmizzy is a difference maker with his speed as he just finds those openings as the Mustangs play it deep down into Hempfield territory, but the Spartans will have a chance to clear it out.
I think that was Coziera who had the excellent outlet kind of clear pass there off the boards. Timed well by Schmizzy. Coziera already with 2 assists. Schmizzy almost made it the hat trick and almost tied it up.
Speaking of hat trick, Anthony Borriello will have a chance as well, as he's got 2 goals under his belt, and he's out there now for the power play. Adamski goes over to him, but couldn't handle the pass, so he'll just play it down low to his teammate. 42 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Mustangs. Puhala thinking about shooting. Now he takes one, came up high and free, puck loose, and then the Spartans goaltender able to hang on for a whistle. 6:06 left in this second period. This, whether you're a fan of the Spartans or the Mustangs, Cory, this certainly feels like a turning point, this remaining 38 seconds of this power play for Plum.
Yeah, I mean, really, you look at it, there has been a couple turning points in this game. Started out with the net coming off the moorings.
Low big shot redirected in front. Puck is loose. Borriello can't cash in initially. Takes a turning shot. Now we have a whistle. Did that come off the moorings again?
Yep. Right pad of Faree ended up kicking it off. Like what you said, though, Sean, I mean, end of the power play. You almost feel that sense of the game turning deeper into the favor of the Plum Mustangs should they get another power play goal here.
In the box is Grant for the Spartans for what he hopes will be another 30 seconds as it's cleared out off the draw by Hempfield. Back to Lobig. Lobig has Gerger all over him. Now the Spartans able to clear it the length of the ice this time as Adamski will retreat back with Gerger on him. Gerger's putting the pressure on all these Mustangs. That creates an errant outlet pass, but the officials are going to wave off the icing because it went through the wickets of Anderson defensively. So the Mustangs are able to set it up now. Final seconds of this man advantage. Hempfield back even. Faree's lost his stick. Centering pass broken up as we have another quick whistle. Borriello, Anthony Borriello is looking for the Hattie. And I believe that the net has come off again, and this seems like something that's going to be a recurring problem for the rest of this contest.
Is there a reason, Sean? Do you know why that constantly happens?
I
Are
actually,
they not set, or the net's not set with posts there? Are they just like sitting there?
I saw this happen a lot last week in the first round as well. And obviously, you don't want maybe the same security as the NHL, because you don't want any injuries where someone goes into the post and it doesn't budge. But it just seems like it's coming off far too easily here tonight.
It almost seems any time a goaltender slides side to side, it moves.
As the Spartans nearly turn it over right in the slot. Now Hempfield with the second chance to get it out as it goes to Gerger, and he feeds a pass up to the neutral zone. Could be an opportunity here for Connor Gorsak, but his drop passes to Plum's Mascaro. Haven't called Connor Gorsak's name very much, the brother of Christian. As we're down under 5 minutes remaining in period number 2. Sensi with the puck. Fun fact, Sensi was actually born in the house right next to where I grew up, and his older brother was a great hockey player for Plum, Cody Sensi. Taught him a little bit when he was like 4 years old and I was 14. As now the Spartans come the other way, and that time Gorsak not able to get anything, but the other Gorsak, Connor, able to pick up the puck. Now he leaves it behind, never makes it through to Gerger, however. Mustangs could have a 3-on-2 developing. Mascara goes for a change, so it's now down to a 2-on-2. As a centering pass goes through everybody, comes onto the stick of Baranowski, who couldn't do much with it. And now we have a whistle as Sensi was bumped. Battle after the whistle as Sensi has his hands up in the air. It was Gorsak the other way for the Spartans who was doing battle with him.
Yeah, a little jawing after the whistle too. Sensi just kind of skated away from it all. Connor Gorsak.
Well, I think we're going to have a penalty upcoming here. I believe it could go against the Mustangs. We'll see.
I didn't see a penalty call. I thought it was offsides, to be honest. Right at the blue line here, but
it will be against Plum. They have the time up on the board, but no one has gone to the box yet. Okay, now there's a Mustang in there. I can't see the number, but Plum will be shorthanded.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch a glimpse of who that is as well, but good eyes, Sean. Power play now for Hempfield.
I believe it was a slashing call. As we'll have it sorted out momentarily.
Penalty number 28, Alexei Mance.
Mance, who had the game winner in the victory over Shaler, but the Mustangs are able to win the draw and clear at the length of the ice. That'll take an extra 15 or so seconds off. And so often that's an overlooked aspect of a power play or penalty kill, winning that initial draw. As Gorsak enters the zone, feeds it in front, loose puck by Benitez. He's pushed into the net. Some of the Spartans are celebrating, but the officials blow the whistle. Christian Gorsak had his hands up, thinking, hey, maybe we can get credit for a goal there. We already had one waved off, but this time it looked like Benitez clearly did have the puck in his possession before he was pushed into the net.
Yeah, he was clearly just pushed backwards with possession of the puck. Hempfield nowhere near credit for a goal that time. But, Sean, you said that last power play for Plum, how important that was. This looms just as large for me for Hempfield.
Gorsak gets it down low. Now it's back to Gerger, who goes back to Christian Gorsak. Now it's over to Colosi, who plays it to Gorsak up top. Slap pass down low to the right side. Now it's back up to Gorsak as he slides over to the left point. Down low to Colosi. Mustangs keeping everything to the perimeter here. Big slap shot. That one gets through to Benitez, and he's able to absorb it off of the chest and get the whistle with 1:07 remaining in the power play for Hempfield.
Great puck movement there for the Spartans, but Benitez, just the movement at the top of the crease. I was trying to keep an eye on him throughout that possession, and he just did a beautiful job of following the puck on his own, and no rebound again. Controlled it off a heavy slapper from Gorsak.
Spartans win the faceoff, and a backhand attempt goes, I believe, on the cage that time by Gerger. It's either the outside of the net or after the pad of Benitez, but the Mustangs able to get it out. And now less than a minute remaining in the man advantage for Hempfield. Colosi skating back. Now he has to go deep into his own territory to pick up the puck. Leaves a pass for a teammate, but instead he'll just get it back himself. A little bit of sloppy play here over the last few seconds for Hempfield. And now Puhala out there on the penalty kill, applying pressure on the forecheck. He comes up with the puck. There's 4 Spartans back there, and Puhala's playing keep away. Now down to 26 seconds on the man advantage as Sensi was creeping in. Turning shot by Puhala, saved by Faree. Had a hard time getting it out of his equipment, but finally he's able to get it to a teammate in the form of Christian Gorsak, who skate in. Trying to take it the whole way. It's off of his stick over to Gerger. Gerger's backhand pass broken up. Sensi tried to clear it on the far side of the boards, and it does just get out. Valiant effort by Anderson to keep it in for Hempfield, but he couldn't do so. Now Sensi will pick it up and just feather a pass ahead as the Mustangs back even, and an offsides committed by Plum.
Great kill there for Plum. They had that one heavy shot from the point that Benitez handled, and then Puhala did a terrific job. What did he kill? Probably 25, 30 seconds skating around, playing behind the Hempfield net. And then Faree with that little bobble. Hempfield couldn't really get much going that power play.
So 1:59 remaining in period number 2. It is 3-2 Mustangs, as a pair of goals in his second frame have the top seed in the lead. Sean Meyers, Cory Campano here on the call. Chris Lackner manning the camera here from the RMU Island Sports Complex at Neville Island. Hempfield, the team in blue. The Mustangs wearing the home whites with the purple pants. Comes out of the zone. And now the Spartans off momentarily. They touch up. That allows Paparaki to skate into the neutral zone and get it deep. Free goes behind his cage. Now he tries to clear it up the near boards. Mustangs able to hold the zone. A pair of players go down. Mascaro for Plum hits the deck. Now it comes along the near boards, but Hempfield just can't get it out.
1 minute remaining.
Dominic Borriello on the forecheck, and now the puck finally does come out to the neutral zone. A couple of Mustangs got intertwined there, and that allows Hempfield to pick it up. Kind of ragged play here over these last few minutes, as this venue has gone surprisingly quiet as well. Now Proskin behind his cage on the backhand, where it's picked up by Dominic Borriello. Borriello ahead to Joyce, who tips it in. Now Anthony Borriello has it. Takes a slap shot into the glove of Faree, and with Joyce bearing down on him, he will hang on for a whistle.
Yeah, 28 seconds left, but I mean, the last 2.5 minutes that we've seen play have really dragged. You had neutral zone altercations, you had an offsides, and then you had tie-ups along each board that really were the only time of play throughout that entire time, that 2.5 minutes, and Hempfield's trying to escape here just down 1.
PIHL will take the draw, opposed by Christian Gorsak. PIHL tried to go forward with it, but goes right back to the blue liner for the Spartans, back out to center ice. And now we have, I believe, another offsides against Plum.
And Borriello coming in, he tried to make a little chip play past the defenseman, but PIHL was still in that neutral zone offsides and just 20 seconds left.
Neither of these teams have a real rich history as far as making deep playoff runs in the Penguins Cup postseason. I don't believe Hempfield has ever won a Penguins Cup. It's been quite some time for Plum. As Borriello has it now, he has PIHL ahead of the pack. Partial breakaway as he skates in. Save, rebound opportunity. That one never made it on. Borriello turning shot, poked away out to PIHL in front. Faree's down, and that'll bring an end to the second period as the Mustangs nearly got a late goal, but the Spartans able to escape as they'll head to the locker room down 3-2. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with our thoughts on the first 2 periods of play plus the scoring recap. It's the 2017 Penguins Cup playoffs. It's sponsored by the Tribune Review. You are listening to it and watching it only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hit the ice at Mount Lebanon Ice Center, offering the most comprehensive instructional programs in the area, including hockey, figure skating, and learn-to-skate classes for all ages and ability levels. Classes start soon along with senior and developmental hockey leagues. Mount Lebanon Ice Center also hosts Friday night teen skates and Friday after-school skates for younger children. Birthday party packages also available. Mount Lebanon Ice Center, serving the South Hills for more than 35 years. Call 412-561-4363 or go to mountlebanon.org.
This is Josh Roundtree from the PIHL Power Play Show at MSASports.net. Along with Kevin Zilmansky, we plan to bring you the best high school hockey talk in Western PA this season. We'll cover every classification, AAA, AA, Single A, and D2.
All right, D2, Gordon Bombay, Charlie Conway, the Bash Brothers,
Kevin.
Wolf the Dennis Stenson, the Flying V?
No, Kevin, it's Division 2.
It's Knuckle Puck time?
All right, it's Knuckle Puck time. It's the PIHL Power Play Show sponsored by Chatham University every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock at MSASports.net. Be sure to follow the MSA Sports Network on social media this season for the most up-to-date scores, pictures, videos, breaking news, and links to our articles. You can find the MSA Sports Network on Twitter and Instagram under the handle MSA Sports and at Facebook.com/MSA Sports. The MSA Sports Network is also on YouTube under the handle MSA Sports WPIAL, where you can watch hundreds of interviews with local student athletes, full games, highlights, and more. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou. Carlo University, a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
It is the semifinals in Class AA of the 2017 Penguins Cup postseason. And through the first 2 periods of play, it's the Plum Mustangs, the top seed out of the East, holding a 3-2 lead over East number 3 Hempfield. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Cory Campano. The winner of this contest advanced to the championship, which will be played at 8:30 tentatively on Tuesday, March 21st at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. Second year that the Cranberry venue is the home for the Penguins Cup Championships. Greater Latrobe, the Ice Cats, knocking off Quaker Valley 6-3 earlier tonight, so that's a bit of a surprising run that Greater Latrobe has made as the number 4 team out of the East. Cory, we talked about how the Mustangs were going to be the favorite coming into this contest. Hempfield really had an impressive first period. Second period, the Mustangs got the only 2 goals, and now they have to feel like they're in a good position to try to close this one out as the teams are in the locker room.
They've played in this position virtually all year, and I think they probably were considering and looking around on their own bench, like kind of wondering what was going on early when Hempfield got those 2 quick goals from Schmizzy, and also Plum with the sustained pressure couldn't get any goals in that first period. They got 1 to go in, but really could have had many more. I think Nolan Faria has played a terrific game. Unfortunate for him that that power play goal squeaked by him from Ryan Lobig. But I agree with you, Sean. Now in the position that we're in with just 17 minutes left to go here, you've got to like where Plum's at. If you're a Plum fan or a Plum supporter, you've got to think that, okay, this is what we're used to now, and we're in a good position to get to the Cup.
Some of the big dogs for the Mustangs have made an impact on the score sheet. Let's take a look at the scoring summary brought to you by the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena. Cory, do the honors.
Yeah, first with 10:28 left to go in the first period, Hempfield took the 1-0 lead on the goal by number 22, Dom Schmizzy. Assist there went to Nick Coziera and to Connor Lawrence. That made it 1-0 Hempfield. Plum tied it just 30 seconds later with 9:58 left in the period. Goal scored by Anthony Borriello. And the assist went to Colin Patton and to Dylan Joyce. We were tied at 1 there. A couple minutes later, 7:23 to go in the first. It was Schmizzy on an outlet pass, really a home run pass from Nick Coziera. Schmizzy, we thought there was a high stick call on Hempfield. Turns out it was against Plum, so the play was live, and Schmizzy picked the puck up in between the circles, roped one low blocker past Benitez, his second of the game, and second assist to Coziera made it 2-1. Then in that second period, 12:50 to go, Plum tied it up on the power play. That shot from the point by Ryan Lobig. Assist there to Nolan Puhala and to Dominic Borriello. And 3-2 taking the lead with 8:10 to go in the period. Plum scored again. This time it was Borriello for the second time, and second assist to both Puhala and to Dylan Joyce. And that final 8 minutes went scoreless. That's where we stand 3-2 in favor of the Plum Mustangs.
That's the scoring recap brought to you by the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena. As we see the Plum coaching staff gently making their way over to the bench right now, Cory, ahead of the Hempfield coaches and the players, of course. What was the message for both these coaches? First, for head coach Vinny Soma with the Mustangs ahead 3-2. What's he telling his squad to close it out over these final 17 minutes?
I think it's a sense of it's not a sense of urgency on their part. I think it's a sense of comfortability. I mean, and being comfortable in the position that they're in. Let's face it, John. I mean, last round they didn't play their best. Plum has not played their best. They haven't really played the greatest game here tonight either, and still lead 3-2. Although they did outshoot Hempfield 21-7 in that second period, so they certainly picked it up. I think the message there, though, is to keep playing what they're doing, keep contributing offensively, getting those low zone passes and getting chances in front of the net. And they get a couple more to fall, they should be good.
On the other side, Denny Zaravica, he had to be happy with his team's performance after 17 minutes, but after 34 minutes, he's facing a 3-2 deficit. Obviously, they've done much better in this postseason game than they did in the 2 regular season games, but this one's certainly for the taking. What's it going to take to get over the hump for the Spartans?
Yeah, it's going to take a lot better effort than that second period. First period, they were buzzing a little more. They certainly were still outplayed, even though they led 2-1. They got those 2 nice goals from Schmizzy. I think the turning point for them, Sean, was that disallowed goal. When the net came off the moorings, I mean, that was a tie game. It was 3-3. It was, a minute after Plum had taken the lead. And since then, they didn't do anything the rest of the period. I think since that point, they were outshot 9-0 to finish the period. They really just didn't do much, even at a power play opportunity. So my message, if I'm the coach there, is to simply pick it up. And they've got to have some sense of urgency. This is a win or go home. and they've got to feel somewhat okay with where they're at, considering how those first 2 games went in the regular season. Still very much in this thing.
Well, the players back on the ice. That means the third period puck drop will be upcoming momentarily. First, we're going to step aside. We'll get you back for third period action. The Mustangs leading 3-2 over Hempfield. You are listening and watching the 2017 PIHL Penguins Cup Hockey Playoffs. It's sponsored by the Tribune Review, and it's here. It's only on the MSA Sports Network.
Right now, when you Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
Own your piece of hockey history with a Penguins game-used jersey. Visit J&J Distributing at www.jjdistributing.biz and check out one of their largest selections of Penguins game-worn jerseys from your favorite Pens, past and present. Or call 724-752-1556. J&J Distributing buys, sells, and trades some of hockey's most prized possessions, including the Penguins game-worn jerseys, Penguins practice jerseys, minor league jerseys, and new and game-used equipment. Browse their inventory today at www.jjdistributing.biz.
This is Josh Roundtree from the PIHL Power Play Show at MSASports.net. Along with Kevin Zilmansky, we plan to bring you the best high school hockey talk in Western PA this season. We'll cover every classification, AAA, AA, Single A, and D2.
All right, D2, Gordon Bombay, Charlie Conway, the Bash Brothers,
Kevin.
Wolf the Dennis Stenson, the Flying V?
No, Kevin, it's Division 2.
It's Knuckle Puck time?
All right, it's Knuckle Puck time. It's the PIHL Power Play Show sponsored by Chatham University every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock at MSASports.net.
Back here at the RMU Island Sports Complex at Neville Island, I'm Sean Meyers alongside Cory Campano on the call. Chris Lackner manning the cameras. We're just about set for period number 3. Hempfield wearing the blue jerseys with the white numbers, the black pants. They will be going left to right. The Mustangs wearing the home white jerseys, wearing the purple pants with the purple numbers and the gold trim, as well as the gold helmets. Plum holding a 3-2 lead as we're underway in this final period of regulation as the Mustangs get it deep. Kane Mills goes back for the Spartans as he absorbs a hit, loses the puck. Now PIHL, a sharp angle shot is blocked as it never made it to the net. Field is Jake Anderson. Anderson gets it ahead as Sensi retreats back, has the puck off of his stick, comes in, and a great save by Benitez on a point-blank shot from Anderson. That might be the best save we've seen in this game from the Mustangs netminder to keep his team in the lead.
He's as solid as they come. The numbers don't lie with Sergio Benitez, and only giving up 2 goals in this game, and both goals that he really couldn't control, a breakaway and then a bounce that went right to Schmizzy.
Remember, at the very beginning of this game, PIHL had a similar chance just seconds in as the Spartans try centering pass that comes back to the point. Slap shot off the glove of Benitez. It's behind him. Did it go in? The officials say no. That looked like a goal to me. And now we're going to have a conference. The net is off the moorings. Cory, that looked like it had popped up off of Benitez's glove into the air. To me, it landed beyond the line. It never came anywhere close to hitting the back of the net. But the official right there said it didn't fully cross.
We have a clear vantage point. I mean, we have a clear look at this, and Benitez was on the right side of the crease. That looked like it crossed the red line. It really did. After the pop-up slap shot, here the Hempfield fans just going absolutely berserk because there really wasn't even a conference, Sean.
Well, if you are watching at home, feel free to draw your own conclusions, or of course we mentioned it'll be archived on the YouTube page as the Spartans try a shot from straight on from the point, never makes it through. Now the Mustangs come the other way with Anthony Borriello carrying the puck. He gets in closer, shot, now is a strong save with the blocker by Fari.
This is what happened last time, Sean, the disallowed goal, and then Plum capitalized.
Again, the officials were right there, but from my vantage point, it looked as though it did cross the line. Remember, the puck has to entirely cross that line right there on the goal. So nonetheless, it is disallowed. The Mustangs remain ahead 3-2, but the Spartans have had a tremendous start to this third stanza. Now it's tipped in on the cage to Benitez as he will leave off for defenseman as the Spartans change. PIHL comes the other way. Little hesitation move. He sees 4 Spartans around him, so he'll just throw it down deep. Now centering pass in front. Adamski has it. Puck's loose. Free has it. Now a late whistle as the netminder for the Spartans finally gets the stoppage.
Boy, 2 big saves, huh, for him to start this, too. That high blocker on the shot from Borrielli, and then that one in front. I think you said it was Adamski. Free was able to see the rebound and hop on it quickly.
As it goes back to Lobig on the point, he'll just play it down low for the Mustangs. Plum has had a lot of success keeping the puck in the zone and applying some pressure. The Spartans have been a little bit more of a quick strike offense as Lobig will again play it from the neutral zone into Spartans' defensive territory. Pass off the boards comes out to the center area where Cozier is able to step into it and get it deep for the team clad in blue. Now Lobig behind his net with the backhand. Mustangs able to skate it out. Up into the neutral zone. Backhand pass goes through everyone. The intended target that time was Dominic Borriello as he's on the forecheck. Now Colosi has it, plays it up the board. Schmizzy's able to skate into it. He makes things happen. Could be a partial 2-on-1. He's angled off. His centering pass never made it through. Now the puck behind the net, occupied by Benitez, and the Mustangs get it ahead to Borriello, who skates it out, and he'll dump it in deep. As players go down behind the play at the red line of the Mustangs defensive zone. Plum in the offensive zone right now, focused on trying to extend this 3-2 lead. Back to Sensi at the left point as he plays it down low, looking for Mance out of his reach. Now Baranowski comes in, loses it momentarily, gets it back to Mance, centered out in front. Baranowski comes out the other side, backhand shot, and we have a whistle.
Net.
Not the first time we've said that tonight as the net comes off its moorings.
Sure, it won't be the last. Still 14 minutes left to go in the game. That one there, third line, I think, for Plum. They were buzzing a bit. Mance, who had that big goal last game, threw that one in front, and opportunity stalled because of that net coming off. Definitely a quicker step, though, Sean, in this period for Hempfield.
Well, it's the start they needed, unfortunately, for the Spartans. Despite some golden opportunities, have not been able to get a goal out of it just yet. As the Mustangs now having some zone time. Shot goes high over the cage. PIHL, you don't want him taking a shot from about 15 feet out in the slot. But either he yanked it high or it was deflected out. And I believe they're going to say deflected out because it'll stay in the offensive zone for Plum.
Yeah, originally they said out of the zone, and PIHL looks at the official. He's like, I didn't miss it that bad.
Yeah, I don't think a player of his pedigree rarely misses that badly. Although you never want to assume anything as it comes back to the point, but it's tipped out by Hempfield's Connor Lawrence. Now Lawrence gives chase. Mustangs defenseman Proskin went down momentarily, but good recovery by the blue liner for Plum. Now the Spartans have it right at the goal mouth. The net lifts up, and a player thrown into the back of the cage. That was Connor Gorsick. As the Spartans fans none too happy. Looks like it'll just be an offensive zone draw coming for Hempfield.
Rough landing there for Connor. Hops back up, but hate to see that. And just so I can say it again, the net came off.
It did. And at this time of year, it's kind of given that you're going to pay a price. And you know what? They will be calling a penalty against the Mustangs now.
Okay.
As a late call against Mason Proskin, so a chance with 13:35 remaining in this third period for the Spartans to try to get the equalizer.
Huge opportunity here. Huge opportunity, and they get that offensive zone draw. Looks like it'll be Gerger.
Did not see an initial indication that there's going to be a penalty, but Proskin in the sin bin for what he hopes is 2 minutes as the official's going to go give an explanation to the Mustangs bench now.
I think they're concerned the same way you were, Sean. I mean, there was no penalty signal given. And I think head coach Vinny Soma just wants a little bit of an explanation as to why he's down a man.
To my point before that call, you kind of expect that you're going to pay the price physically in terms of blocking shots and things of that nature, but it also takes a toll to battle in front of the cage as a shot never made it through. It stays with the Spartans. Now comes up top. Wrist shot. That one broken up
tie.
Beautifully blocked that time by Borriello for the Mustangs. Now a pass, an errant one. Can Hempfield keep it in? The Spartans are able to momentarily. Now it's tipped out by the Mustangs. Good work by Anthony Borriello. You get in front of the net at this time of the year, you're going to pay a price. As the Spartans back in their own zone. Now 40 seconds have run off the man advantage. As Gorsak comes in, Christian leaves off for Connor Gorsak. Now Gerger tries to pick up the puck, not able to do so. Mustangs try to clear, can't get it out. It's held in by Anderson. Anderson down low along the right boards. Now back to Anderson. His shot makes it all the way through to Benitez, who had to flash the pad out. I don't know how he saw that, but he was able to track it. Mustangs now have a chance to clear it, and Puhala has it ahead. Tough angle shot. A slap shot. It's held on to by Farid. Tried to leave it off for a teammate, but the official blows the whistle. So with 53 seconds remaining, the Mustangs will have an offensive zone draw coming while being shorthanded.
Benitez actually had to make sort of a tough save there. I mean, that one was a little bit of a floater that went low and got through, and he was screened heavily, but perfect position at the top of the crease again and got that pad down. Really like the way that kid defends the net.
50 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Spartans. 12:22 now remaining in period number 3. 3-2 the lead for the Plum Mustangs, trying to move on to face Greater Latrobe in the Class AA Championship next week. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Cory Campano as the Spartans re-enter the zone. Now trying to set up the power play. It's back to the right point, now played over to the left side. Slap shot just outside the circle. That one's saved by Benitez with the pads. Now it's below the goal mouth. Comes over to the far boards. Back to the point and out as Christian Gorsak wasn't able to get over in time. Now he skates and looked like it was offsides against Hempfield.
Yeah, it clearly was. I think that's the call here. Behind the play was Trent Gray. I don't think he was even near out of the zone. I believe that's the right call on the offsides.
And now with 8 seconds remaining, it's going to be tough for Hempfield to really try to set anything up as it'll be a neutral zone draw. Benitez made a few saves on this power play, but did not look particularly dangerous this time for the Spartans as the Mustangs go forward with it all the way into Hempfield territory. And now Proskin returns to the ice. Baranowski comes in as he got in his slot, but his shot was deflected out of play off of the shin guards of Jake Anderson as it hits the netting behind the cage.
Yeah, it looked like Kane Mills just fumbled the pass a little bit trying to get out of the zone. An excellent opportunity on the turnaround there for Baranowski.
Not a bad turnout here tonight, but it's been a quiet crowd for the most part as the Mustangs win the draw.
Game before us was pretty loud.
Yeah, it was bumping in here as the Greater Latrobe faithful had something to cheer about. Patton from the point. His shot off of the blocker of Farid. Now it's behind the cage for Hempfield and for Coziera, who plays it over to the far side. Doesn't come out on the initial attempt. Second chance also held in. Louis Paparocki doing a nice job. Now it's out in front, but it's tipped off the stick of Schlegel, and the Spartans able to get to it. They can only play it out to center red, where Mustangs gain possession once again. Now Plum comes in offsides. Mance wasn't able to hold his skates. And a nice thing the other way, and we've gone back at least over the last minute or so to that choppy play we saw in the latter stage of the period number 2.
Yeah, that last 8 minutes of period number 2 was just all whistles, really, just no flow to the game. And it's starting to pick up in the last couple minutes ever since that power play for Hempfield.
Puhala to take the draw for the Mustangs. He had Anthony Borriello lined up right behind him but couldn't win it back as Lobig now has it at center ice for Plum. He gets it deep. As picking up is Christian Gorsak. Gives it to Gerger. Gerger hesitates and gives it right back to Gorsak. Low angle shot from about 55 feet, easily saved by Benitez. Hempfield certainly done a better job getting pucks to the net as they were outshot by a wide margin in that second stanza. Now Plum able to get it out as you can nearly hear a pin drop in here.
Did you hear that little touch off the glass? I mean, most times you can't hear that in a hockey rink. That puck barely touched the glass, and you can hear it clear as day.
We're kind of making light of it, but it's an interesting scenario because you would think, especially for Hempfield. If the Spartans are able to do something to get momentum back, they'd want this place to get loud in their favor, but
it's not like they're out of this game.
Yeah.
And it's a one-goal game against a team that's been arguably the best in the PIHL this year.
PIHL, backhand shot off the draw. That one up high on Fareed. He's able to pin it against his chest and get another whistle. Sean Meyers, Cory Campano here on the call. Chris Slackner doing the videography.
It feels like PIHL is like a split second away from getting a goal in this game. He's had so many opportunities.
He's been so close. He's certainly piling up the shots, although he's only worried about lighting the lamp now and having his team close out this contest in the semifinals of Class AA here at the RMU Island Sports Complex, home of the Robert Morris Colonials. As Gerger can't control a pass, goes the length of the ice, but the officials wave off the icing as Lobig will have to skate back quickly to pick it up. Now he passed it ahead. It was a dangerous one, nearly intercepted, but instead the Mustangs get it to PIHL. He comes one-on-one, tries to make a move. Puck is loose, goalie's down, and now we have a whistle as it looks like Fareed's hurt. He lost his helmet. Big collision there as PIHL is trying to make another one-on-one move. He was tied up, and it seemed like 2 or 3 bodies went into the Spartans goaltender.
I think after the play, Sensi threw that on net, and Fareed didn't have a mask. I was looking at him after he fell backwards without the mask on and saw a puck come near his head.
Now, some of the fans lobbying for goaltender interference.
I don't know about that.
I don't think that that's going to be the call. Although we have seen a few penalties come after the fact, but the Mustangs will remain at even strength and will have an offensive zone draw as well.
I think that's a good no call. I didn't see a penalty there. There's the music.
As it is now down the length of the ice, and this time it will go for an icing, and now they can play the music.
He was just so eager. He was so ready.
So 9:11 remaining in period number 3. The Mustangs up 3-2. Plum trailed 2-1 after the opening stanza. Dom Schmizzy had a pair for the Spartans. Anthony Borriella had one for the Mustangs. But in period number 2, it was Lobig on the power play, the equalizer, and then Anthony Borriello again that has staked the Mustangs to the 1-goal edge. Plum was dominating on the shot clock as well through 2 periods. I think this third period's been much more even, maybe even Hempfield ahead as far as that's concerned. As the Spartans try to clear the zone, Proskin went against the boards to try to hold it in, not able to do so, but it goes right to him as he now leaves off to Adamski. Adamski will get it down low where Fareed will come out of his cage. Went off his stick. That could have been dangerous, but fortunately for him, he had a teammate in the form of Jake Anderson right there. Now Coziera enters the zone, but he's knocked off the puck. Mustangs are playing some strong defense over these last 3 or 4 minutes of play.
That was a big hit right there by Pop Rocky.
Now Adamski plays in on the backhand. Pop Rocky, the blue liner, up on the forecheck. First player in. Now he'll retreat back to his designated position. Just trying to clear it around was Pelosi, but he wasn't able to get on the first try. Second try by Hempfield. Does come out of the zone, but it goes the length of the ice for another icing.
8:06 left, and again, as you said, Sean, that I don't know if it's so much that Hempfield can't get sustained pressure, or is it that Plum defensively is doing such a good job of just shutting them down and exiting their zone.
Mustangs win the draw. Now a floating shot redirected. That one just missed by an inch. Looked like it might have been hit up above shoulder length, but shoulder height, I should say. Nonetheless, dangerous opportunity for the Mustangs as Plum is really trying to get this insurance tally. Baranowski behind the net. He'll drop a backhand pass where Schlegel's able to skate into it. Nance goes down low, comes to the slot to Baranowski, but out of his reach. And now the puck off of the glass and bounces into the Spartans bench.
A lot of whistles in this third, man. A lot of them.
Certainly is. I want to thank you if you're tuning in, whether you're listening or watching this broadcast. MSA Sports, your exclusive home for the 2017 PIHL Penguins Cup. The UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex will not only host AAA, AA, and Single A, but I believe for the first time, unlike last year, we'll also have the Division II championship. Could be wrong about that, but I believe D2 will be at
I think you're right. I think
Lemieux
D2
this
is
year.
there.
Previously, that was held here as Puhala skates in slap shot. That one nearly served as a centering pass for Joyce. He just couldn't get good lumber on it. Now Anthony Borriella spins, creates some room, gives it to Joyce. Right back to Borriella, backhand shot. That one never made it through. Some nice passing, but the Mustangs couldn't get a clean shot off.
I think Joyce could have taken one from the slot there. He went for that extra pass, but he had the shot.
Now Anthony Borriello double team, so he gets it to Puhala. Puhala comes out from behind the cage. On the far boards, he's tightly covered by Gray as it goes out of the zone. Mustangs had good possession, but couldn't get any shots off. Now Gorsak has it. Christian Gorsak tried to enter the zone. Puhala comes the other way. Leading goal scorer in the classification tries to get an assist to Borriello, but it never made it through to the stick of number 10 for the Mustangs. Now a pass to Christian Gorsak right at center red. He'll skate into the zone, leave a drop pass to Gerger. Gerger's backhand is gloved into the corner by one of the Mustangs. Gerger taken down behind the play. Puhala enters the zone. Seems like he's been out here for almost this entire third period. Now a high angle shot hits off of the side of the post. And I think Ferree lost sight of it momentarily. He's lucky that puck didn't fall down on his back as he was reaching over his shoulder. Puhala, I think, has made up his mind that he's shooting from every angle in this period, Corey.
Yep, no doubt about it. He can just feel it, like we said. He's so close to that one goal. He wants to be the one to put it away.
Proskin in the neutral zone. He'll just get it back deep. The mindset has clearly changed for Plum. They want the Spartans to have to go the length of the ice to score a goal, as 5:35 now showing on this third period clock. Spartans enter the zone. And a pass actually made it on the net from Coziera. Benitez with an easy stop. Another shot from the right side. That one did not make it through as it was blocked. Now the Spartans enter the zone. Could have a chance here, and that shot just misses from Jake Anderson as he was trying to tuck it in the far side underneath the crossbar. Now Dansky comes back the other way, one-on-one against Kane Mills. Leaves a pass over. Dominic Borriello just could not skate into it. Now a big collision. We're going to have a delayed penalty and a goal for the Mustangs as Baranowski's able to chip it up and over the shoulder of Ferree. It is 4-2 as the Mustangs get a much-needed insurance marker.
I don't know what the penalty call was going to be for. Is hustling back to make a great play was Colosi on the stick lift. They were going to call a hook, I guess, but as that delayed arm went up, it bounced right out in front, and a good shot by Daniel Baranowski. And that might be enough, Sean.
Yeah, that certainly has the feeling of a backbreaker for the Spartans. Although we know they can strike quick. We saw that in the first period, but the Mustangs certainly have tightened up the defensive screws in this third stanza. And now they're signaling the official over. Official talking to the scorekeepers right now. Maybe just to make sure that the penalty is negated by that goal, which certainly it is.
Two or three officials had to talk to Gerger over here for Hempfield. He's trying to get an explanation. Now a couple talking in the Hempfield bench as well. What's the confusion about here, Sean? I'm not.
Denny Zaravica wants to hear exactly. I'm speculating, but maybe he thought that his team had touched the puck before that shot.
I think they were the ones that chipped it out in front of the net, but you have to have possession.
Right.
I think it was just a loose stick touch.
It's a little bit of a judgment call as far as possession, but.
I mean, they clearly didn't have it there, though. I would be more, honestly, I just didn't think it was a penalty. I didn't think Colosi had a penalty for the hustle back, but, I mean, that's irrelevant as the goal went in shortly after that.
Coach Vinny Soma gets a much briefer explanation as he seems more content with what he hears. So with 5:01 remaining now in period number 3, the Mustangs holding a 4-2 lead. We have another whistle as the two center icemen were sparring before the puck was dropped. Now we're back to play.
The Hempfield goal, scored by number 54, Harley
giving the wrong information to the fans here about
that was way off.
The goal.
Wrong number, wrong team.
As it's now flipped out, and this could be a chance for Hempfield's Christian Gorsak as he's able to skate into it. Now backhand in front, broken up. Mustangs are getting in a lot of shooting lanes and breaking up a lot of passes in this third stanza.
Yeah, defensively, they've really locked down. Been terrific.
We'll get the official word on that goal momentarily. I'm almost certain it was Baranowski.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Plum goal is scored by number 54, Dylan Joyce. Unassisted.
Well, they've announced it as Joyce.
That's not correct.
Joyce, unassisted at 5:01.
Nonetheless, at this point, it's all semantics. The Mustangs have a 2-goal lead, and that's the big takeaway.
I just saw the entire Plum bench correcting that. They were all, every kid, every coach on the team was, it's 24.
As Borriello skates into the zone, he's had a terrific game with a pair of goals, Anthony Borriello. There's Joyce, who's on the forecheck. Now an outlet pass the other way for Hempfield as they're trying to find Schmizzy. Well defended by the Mustangs, but a little too tight of defense as Lobig's going to get a penalty here.
I don't know about that. Lobig, that's another just good play to get back and make the play.
Good strategy there for Hempfield, trying to spring Schmizzy, who had success in the first period, including a goal on a similar outlet pass where he was able to get the breakaway tally, and now they will send Lobig to the box for a tripping violation. Well, it's a chance here for the Spartans, Cory, certainly, as they're going to take a timeout now and talk things over.
Timeout, Hempfield.
Yep, chance back on. What do you got here? 3:59. You've got this big power play. If they can get a quick tally and get that chance to pull free when they're within one, it's a lot better opportunity for Hempfield.
2 minutes for tripping.
That's exactly what they need. And, Sean, hasn't it seemed like any chance, opportunity, good scoring opportunity, goal has come by the way of Dom Schmizzy?
Yeah,
he's everywhere.
He's been impressive, and I've seen that his head coach, Denny Zaravika, said his statistics are a little misleading because when you look at what he did in the regular season, he only played in 11 games, had 5 points, but he was, as we mentioned, one of the heroes in their victory in the first round of the playoffs.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was scored by number 24, Daniel
We finally get the correct goal call now. Baranowski.
Number 54, Dylan Joyce.
Oh, okay. So there's the tally. Dylan Joyce.
At 5:01.
So Joyce gets a point either way,
yeah,
but
he's got 3 assists tonight. Well, I guess that clears up from our vantage point too. Officials must have seen Joyce tip it out in front then, right? Because I mean, that was the only touch, was the shot in front of the net.
Should mention with this power play upcoming, 3:59 remaining, when we wrap it up, we will not only have the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena scoring summary, but I'm going to give Cory the task of coming up with a Chatham University 3 stars of the game.
I hate that. Why me?
Yeah, you're the expert analyst. As the Spartans trying to get in the scoring column here and pull within 1 on the man advantage as they try to feather it down low, partially broken up by Postgame, but it stays in Hempfield possession. Now back to the point. Christian Gorsak plays over to the right side. Fanning on it that time was Jake Anderson, and that allows the Mustangs to clear it. Free will come and outlet a pass up to Jake Anderson. Anderson spins back. Now he'll try to wrap it around to the far side, where Christian Gorsak will just dump it down low. Now comes right out in front. Weird carom off the boards. The Mustangs are able to pick it up. Try to clear it out. It's kept in by Anderson. Now he plays it down low. Man open back door for Hempfield. Pass couldn't get through, however. Now a shot. That one goes over the cage, partially blocked. It's behind the net, and now a whistle.
Here, the student section for Hempfield say the net is off, and they are used to saying it and seeing it just as much as we are.
Just about halfway through this man advantage for the Spartans. Not really any need to consider pulling the goalie at this point to make it a 6-on-4 in your opinion?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you've got a minute left here. Try and do something on the power play.
It goes right in front. A shot saved by Benitez. Rebound came up. He couldn't hang on to it. It was a big hit. One of the Spartans slow to get up behind the cage. Puck is definitely kept in along the far boards that time by Gorsak. As now It's over to the left side, and a shot attempt goes through everyone, comes out to Anderson. He plays it over to Christian Gorsak. Now he moves it to the left circle, back up top, down to the left circle where Schmizzy has it. He couldn't do anything with it. Now a battle, and that's won by Connor Gorsak. Now it's back to Christian. 25 on the man advantage remaining for Hempfield. Slap shot and a great save by Benitez with the right pad, as that one looked like it was targeted for the inside of the post. Hempfield with a lot of possession time, not a lot of shots, and now it's turned over, and Borriello is going to be able to skate it out. Anthony Borriello coming 2-on-1 with Dylan Joyce. Pass it across to Joyce, back to Borriello, but Faree's able to pick it off before it gets there. Spartans had nearly a breakaway with Schmizzy the other way. He just could not corral it off his stick.
That's that spot for Schmizzy. He just tries to sneak behind the defense. If he catches that pass, we might have been a one-goal game.
Now the Mustangs able to clear it out, and for Plum, you have to make sure that Schmizzy's not behind your last defender as Hempfield plays it in. Benitez tried to clear the zone, not able to do so. First shot kicked out, long rebound comes out, and it's kept in by Hempfield. Great job, but the Mustangs come up with it. Now Adamski's going to be ahead of the pack. He's going to have a breakaway. Adamski in, a move off of the post. That one didn't go. Action both ways, but the Spartans are running out of time with just 1:15 remaining. 4-2 Plum. Mustangs trying to punch their ticket to the championship. It's boom or bust right now for Hempfield. Getting some good chances, but also allowing some golden opportunities the other way.
Plum is sustaining the pressure now. Ever since that minute 15 mark, it's been all in Hempfield zone. They can't get Faree out of the cage.
Sensi at center red gets it deep. Spartans having a hard time getting out of their zone whatsoever as Adamski will backhand it further to kill more time. Now Puhala picks up the puck. He's had a great game despite not lighting the lamp yet as he takes a sharp angle shot. Faree's able to make the save, but he's still between the pipes. Now he's starting to creep out, but the Mustangs have it in the form of Patton. Patton to Sensi, who tips it ahead.
And there goes Faree.
Great effort by the Mustangs here as we have a whistle. One of the Spartans fires the puck deep in his own territory, seemingly in frustration there as the officials are going to let that slide. So at 25.7 seconds remaining, Hempfield needs 2 goals and it has a neutral zone faceoff upcoming.
Plum just one step away now from getting to the championship. Again, winner faces Greater Latrobe, who was the 4 seed from the East.
Yeah, this Hempfield team finished just ahead of the Ice Cats in the regular season. As the Mustangs have the puck, it's an empty net as they slide it into the empty cage. And that's the hat trick indeed, as Anthony Borriello gets the goal to ice this one with 16.9 seconds remaining. And he gets a great ovation as I see at least one hat out on the ice. Now there's a second one. Actually, that might not even be a hat, that might be a glove. Nonetheless, some form of clothing has made its way onto the ice.
Well-deserved for the Plum Mustangs. Slow start in that first period, but picked it up in the second and the third. 5-2, they're going to walk out of here with the win as Faree went back into the cage. It'll be the 1 versus the 4 seed, right, from the East?
Yeah. We knew it was going to be an all-East final. It's just a matter if it was the number 1 seeded Mustangs or the number 3 Spartans. It'll be number 1 Plum against number 4 Greater Latrobe. As the final seconds ticking off, we have a big collision, and one of the Mustangs goes down hard. Adam Stasko, who saw very limited time, gets absolutely buried, and you hate to see that, Cory, as there's no time remaining on the clock. I believe this game is officially over. Whether it is or not, the outcome's already long decided, and now the Mustangs have an injured player out there.
Yeah, unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary hit by Harley Obrakta down below the goal line. See this way too often, Sean. Way too often in the PIHL playoffs. Kids know it's their last game.
Well, they opened the penalty box, but it's going to be an ejection.
You've got somebody seriously injured now in the corner. Luckily, see him getting to his feet now.
Well, yeah, the good news is, as you mentioned, Stasko up to his feet.
Shots in the third period.
And that will be it. So there will be no time put left on the clock.
Game totals, Plum 42, Hempfield 26.
So this one has gone final with the Plum Mustangs. They're moving on to the championship, courtesy of a 5-2 victory over Hempfield. We'll step aside. We'll be back to give the scoring recap, the 3 stars, and our final thoughts. You're listening to and watching the 2017 PIHL Penguins Cup Playoffs. It's sponsored by the Tribune Review, and it's here only on the MSA Sports Network.
Next Tuesday night.
What you want? What you want?
What you want is to stay warm this winter by logging on to www.msasports.net each and every day. We have all the schedules, the scores, the rankings, and the standings of the high school winter sports, plus weekly shows like Inside the WPIHL Wrestling Circle, the PIHL Power Play Show, and the WPIHL Roundball Report, along with live and archive broadcasts of whatever your favorite high school sport is. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this winter. It's the MSA Sports Network.
High school wrestling is in full swing for yet another season, and Inside of WPIHL Wrestling Circle is here to cover it every step of the way. But to bulk up our coverage, we had to bring in some help.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color for the town?
No, not that help. Instead, we turn to the Pennsylvania Wrestling Man of the Year.
I'm Jeff Upson of PA Power Wrestling. Each week we will break down the matches, the tournaments, and more to give you the most in-depth analysis of wrestling like you've never seen before.
Listen in to Inside of WPIHL Wrestling Circle every Monday night at 7, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hit the ice at Mount Lebanon Ice Center, offering the most comprehensive instructional programs in the area, including hockey, figure skating, and learn-to-skate classes for all ages and ability levels. Classes start soon along with senior and developmental hockey leagues. Mount Lebanon Ice Center also hosts Friday night teen skates and Friday after school skates for younger children. Birthday party packages also available. Mount Lebanon Ice Center, serving the South Hills for more than 35 years. Call 412-561-4363 or go to mountlebanon.org.
Chatham University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is located on a stunning campus in the middle of a city of 70,000 college students. We offer challenging academics with over 40 majors, superb career preparation, and over 60 clubs and organizations. From the Literary Magazine and Drama Club to the League of Student Voters and pre-professional organizations. We also offer 16 Division III men's and women's sports, including men's ice hockey, starting in fall of 2017. For more information, visit chatham.edu/explore.
Back here to wrap this one up as it has gone final, and the Plum Mustangs are moving on to the championship as they score a 5-2 win over the Hempfield area Spartans. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Cory Campano. Cory, it was a very good start for Hempfield. The Spartans led 2-1 after the opening stanza. The Mustangs played much better in the second period, and they played nearly a perfect third period. So sound defensively. After an early flurry by Hempfield, they really put the screws on tight, and they made sure that they were able to not only hang on to that lead, but to extend it and to punch their ticket to the championship next week.
Another one might have been a different story if Hempfield, that goal that we thought bounced near the red line, if that counted, that could have changed things a little bit. But defensively, Plum just absolutely locked down from the red line, center line back into their own zone. It was just a terrific display of defensive hockey, it really was. And Plum is just a team that has played with the lead a lot this season. They've been in good positions. They've had good success. And I think it should be a great game. The role that Latrobe is on for the final game, the role that they're on in the playoffs, and the role that Plum's had all season, it's going to be a terrific All-East final.
Let's take a look at how this one unfolded, courtesy of the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena scoring summary.
In the first period, 10:28 left in the first period. Hempfield took the lead on a goal from Dom Schmizzy. Assist there went to Coziera and to Connor Lawrence. Plum answered right back 30 seconds later, 9:58 left in that first. It was Anthony Borriello, his first of 3 goals, assist there to Colin Patton, and to Dylan Joyce, one of his 4 assists, as Hempfield scored to make it 2-1. Second goal of the game for Dom Schmizzy, 7:23 left in the first. Another assist to Nick Coziera. But that would be the rest of the goals as far as Hempfield's concerned, as Plum scored 4 unanswered to win 5-2. It was 12:50 left in the second period. A power play goal from number 96, Ryan Lobig. Assist there to Pahala and to Dom Borriello. And 8-10 just a few minutes later. They made it 3-2 on the second goal from Anthony Borriello, and the assist there to Puhala and to Dylan Joyce. And then in the third period with 5:01 to go, they widened that lead to make it 4-2 on a play right in front of the net. This goal scored by Daniel Baranowski, and the assist there to Dylan Joyce. And then finally that empty net goal for the hat trick. It was scored by Anthony Borriello. He had the 3 goals, and the assists there went to Ryan Lobig, and Dylan Joyce's 4th assist. That's where we ended up 5-2.
That is the scoring recap, which of course is sponsored by the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena. If I'm correct, I think I heard final shots were 42-26 in favor of Plum.
Yes.
So if that's correct, then it would be 13, 21, and 8 by period for the Mustangs. For Hempfield, 12, 7, and 7. I've given you a very important task, Cory. I have said that it is your sole responsibility to come up with the Chatham University 3 stars of the game. A lot of options in this one, especially on the Plum side. Who did you select?
I went with the 3rd star. First off, he was all over the ice and had 4 assists for Plum. Dylan Joyce, complete game. Anytime you get 4 points, you should probably be on the score sheet when there's 5 goals. Second star for me had to go to who I thought ultimately was probably the best player on the ice tonight, but his team fell on the losing side, and that's Dom Schmizzy, who had 2 goals for Hempfield. And the number 1 star with the hat trick, Anthony Borriello. And I thought about sneaking in Ryan Lobig because he had that big, crucial power play goal. But those are the stars in that order. Borriello 1, Schmizzy 2, Dylan Joyce 3.
And by the way, I thought both goaltenders were spectacular in this game.
Yes, both were terrific.
So that is the Chatham University 3 stars of the game. We've already given you the scoring recap, so let's wrap this one up with our final thoughts. We mentioned it will be Plum against Greater Latrobe. That will be the Class AA Championship. Tuesday, 8:30 tentative start time on March 21st. It'll be at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry. The Mustangs and the Ice Cats. Looks like this Plum team's coming in with some momentum, but you talked about the momentum of Greater Latrobe. Early indications on maybe how that game could unfold, and certainly we think it should be a pretty good one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great one. I mean, it's all momentum right now for Greater Latrobe, and the total opposite in crowd control and crowd margin. I mean, it was loud in here for that first game in which Latrobe ended up defeating Quaker Valley. Quaker Valley brought a nice slew of fans as well, but a little quiet in this one for Hempfield Plum. But Plum has just been so consistent all year, and Benitez is just such a strong goalie. The way that they locked down defensively with that 1-goal lead going into the third period, I kind of like the contrasting styles to make out for a really good championship game. And kudos to Latrobe for the run that they've made, and for Plum for the terrific season upholding that number 1 seed. Going to be a good game.
Some of the names you might hear if you're a Mustangs fan going against the Ice Cats, the netminder Ryan Powell. Already heard Dom Schmizzy with a great performance here for Hempfield. Well, there's another Schmizzy, JT, who's a standout for Greater Latrobe, as well as the blue liner Blake Rossi. Well, that is next week, but tonight let's wrap it up here from the RMU Island Sports Complex at Robert Morris. As your final score, 5-2, the Plum Mustangs punch their ticket to the championship as they defeat the Hempfield Spartans. For my broadcast colleague Cory Campano, for Chris Lackner manning the camera, this is Sean Meyers signing off. Once again, 5-2, Plum moves on to the title game. You've been listening to and watching the 2017 PIHL Penguins Cup Hockey Playoffs. It's sponsored by the Tribune Review, and it was only here on the MSA Sports Network. Good night, everybody.
You have been listening to coverage of the 2017 PIHL Penguins Cup High School Hockey Playoffs at MSASports.net. Sponsored in part by Chatham University, by the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena, by J&J Distributing, by Progress, by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Carlow University, by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League, and by Management Science Associates. You can follow the high school hockey postseason every day by logging on to www.msasports.net. The preceding has been a special presentation of the MSA Sports Network.